Hey everybody, it's Sharvette Mitchell. I am jumping in on your timeline in the middle of the day. I know, right? Listen, I want to talk about content marketing. And specifically, I want to talk about you putting together a plan. We've been having this conversation in my Facebook group. Hey girl, hey, to all of my community members that are coming in. And so guess what? We're going to get into it right after this quick intro. Hello across the World Wide Web. I'm Sharvette Mitchell, and I work with female entrepreneurs and a few lucky men to help them build their online platforms so that they generate more revenue with an amazing online brand. And so I'm really focused on your visibility and I'm focused on your marketing. And so today I want to talk to you guys. Hey, Teresa, thanks for joining us over in my Facebook group. I want to talk to you guys about a conversation I've been having all week long in my Facebook group, Coaching with Vet, talking about your content marketing plan. Now, if you follow me, and you might be watching and viewing from various places. Shout out to Coach Andrea. Hello. Shout out to Coach Shanita. Hello. Yes. Hey, Cookie. Shout out. Good afternoon. And of course, hello to my mom, Betty. Shout out. You may be watching and following me from various different places. YouTube, we appreciate you. So YouTube subscribers, hello. If you aren't a subscriber, go ahead and click the subscribe button over there on YouTube. Sharvette. If you're watching from Periscope, just pump and give me some hearts. So been having some conversations around content marketing really for the last several weeks. And I'm super excited to talk to you about a plan, because right now, you know what, we talked about tools. We talked about the know, like, and trust factor. If you're on my email list, I've been keeping you guys up to date as well. And just talking about why content marketing is important, because content marketing is really wherever your brand or your business has content or your voice. And I actually talk a lot about that in my chapter of my upcoming book, Pour. You can see it right here on the screen. I joined forces with 9 other ladies to talk about what our journeys really around how either people have poured into us or how we have poured into others. And so I spend a lot of time in my chapter talking about how we as business owners and leaders pour into our audiences. And so content marketing is one of those ways. And so we've been having a lot of fun talking about that. Shout out to Erica, social media management and graphics and all of that. Hello, Katrina. Thank you for popping in. So I'm actually sharing my screen because I want to get into your content marketing plan. Some of you may feel at this point that you're just kind of all over the place and you need a plan. So I'm going to give a 5-step structure. Okay. 5-step structure around kind of creating a plan to have your content marketing be effective. And again, let's rattle off those that are watching. Go ahead and type wherever you're watching, wherever you're participating from. What do I mean? This is a pop quiz. Hey, this is a pop quiz. What do I mean by content marketing? Tell me, list in the comments all of the places, all of the things that count as content marketing. All right. Tell me all of the places and all of the things that count as content marketing. Hello, LaShonda. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for being here. And again, if you're just popping in, because I know that the internet and the interwebs is sending out notifications saying, hey, Sharvette is here and she's online. Come check her out. We're going to be talking about your content marketing plan. Just a high level 5-part step. So listen, shout out to Carla R. Jenkins, who's hanging out over on Periscope. And she just reshared this on Twitter. So thank you, Carla. And those of you that are here and you have people on your timelines and you're like, or in groups, and you know that they need a plan, at least some kind of structure, go ahead and share this out. Carla R. Jenkins is saying, yes, blogs. Yes, your videos. Yes. Images, yes, content, absolutely. I'm loving it. Nikki is hanging out over in my Facebook group, Coaching with Vet, and she says having engaging content on social media. Yes. Good afternoon, Natalie. Thank you for popping in. Katrina is throwing in her comments, images, videos, GIFs, blogs, email campaigns. Yes, yes, yes. Debbie is shouting out what content marketing is as well. Instagram posts, Facebook posts, and stories. You guys are amazing. You are absolutely right. So you all have a sense. If you're just coming in and you're like, I don't know like what content marketing is, just look in the comments because they just gave you examples of where you can pour into your audience to have that know, like, and trust factor. And people buy with companies and businesses that they feel like they know and they feel like they lust. They feel like they trust. Floridian slip. They feel like they know, like, and trust. All right. And so let's get into all of the tips. All right. Y'all ready? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. So number one, the first thing that you want to do when you're thinking about, okay, let me put a plan together. You want to think about what you are promoting. You want to think about what is it that you are promoting. Yes, Teresa over in my Facebook group is saying video images. Robin, hey, welcome, Robin. Good afternoon. Good to see you all the way from Jamaica. Listen, you want to think about what you are promoting. That's the first step. So when you're thinking about coming up with a plan of how am I going to, all of the things that Katrina and Debbie and everyone mentioned, when you come up with a plan, the first thing you want to look at is what am I promoting? So you want to get really clear, which means you need to be promoting something. You need to be promoting something. All right. So let's move on to number two, as we talk about step two, as we talk about building out your content marketing plan, as we talk about creating your content marketing plan. Number two. Okay. So step one was what am I promoting? Step two, where do you share content? Where do you share content? Where do you share content? Welcome to all those that are coming on in. Hey, I'm Sharvette Mitchell. We're talking about creating a high-level content marketing plan. We've been talking about content marketing for the last few weeks. If you're on my email list, if you're on my videos, if you're hanging out in my Facebook group, hey, yes, Teresa, books are considered content marketing as well. So all of the places where your brand's voice is and where you share content, that's your content marketing. So again, number two, step two is where do you share content? So here's a thing you want to think about. You want to do a self-audit. Where are you currently sharing content? Out of all the places we just listed, and go back through the comments and read some of their examples. And then you want to think about where do you want to share content? So maybe you've just been focused on social media. Maybe you have just been focused on social media, but then you see some of the comments here about all of the other things like Carla mentioned. Maybe you haven't thought about doing a blog. Maybe you haven't thought about your images that much, or maybe you don't do emails, as Katrina talked about. So you want to think about where are you sharing content, but then also that's currently, but then also where do you want to share content? Where do you want to share content? All right. That's what we're talking about. And again, in my chapter, in the new book that I'm excited that some of the co-authors are here. So co-authors, type hashtag co-author if you are a co-author in the new book, Pour. Yep. It is being released in October, but pre-orders are going on. So you can actually jump over to my website and actually pre-order your copy. So you'll be at the top of the list. You'll be in the VIP list when the books come out, and you can jump over again to my website. And it's also on my main page as well. So mitchell-productions.com is where you can find that. And here's the lovely book cover. I knew I was going to have a challenge doing that. All right. So y'all got it together. I see some new comments coming in. Hey, Tanya Salones. Thank you for popping in. Yes, Coach Andrea is one of our co-authors. So hashtag co-author right there. Cookie is one of our co-authors. Hashtag co-author right there. And I'm actually going to be interviewing all of the co-authors over the next 10 to 12 days. So you'll get to meet them and know a little bit more about them. So for those that are coming on in, we're talking about creating your content marketing plan. Listen, over the last few weeks, we've talked about how you take one post and turn it into 12, 15, whatever we did. We talked about tools for your content marketing. We talked about your know, like, and trust factor, that you do these things, you share content to build know, like, and trust. So some of you at this point may feel a little all over the place. So we're sharing. Okay, now let's pull it all together. All right, let's pull it all together. So let me jump back to my screen share again. Number 2 was to look at where you currently share content, but then you also want to think about, hey, where do I want to share content? Hey, Cheryl, thanks for popping in and saying hello. All right, so let's go on to the next tip and step, and we're only doing 5. Like, this is a 5-step process, 5 steps. All right. So then step 3 is really about how are you a content marketing calendar? Are you a paper person? And let me know in the comments. Let me know in if you're hanging out in my Facebook group, hey girl, hey, or if you're going to watch this if you're catching this in the replay, type hashtag replay because you're just as important. But if you're here live or in the replay, let me know pen or electronic, like what type of planner, calendar person are you? Are you a paper person? Are you an electronic person? Let us know in the comments. Let's see here. I'm a Salesforce marketing developer. All right. Thank you for joining us over in on Periscope. Yes. And Tanya said that was great advice. Great, great, great. All right. So Debbie is saying she's a pen and paper person. All right. So you want to think about when you are considering step 3 to create a content calendar. At this point, you're just selecting what method you're going, because you're going to need a calendar. If you got to think about, when am I going to post on social media? When am I going to send emails? When am I going to send blogs? And again, look at all of the comments that are coming on in. Old school, so old school, pen and paper. Look, a lot of pen and paper. We got people that are mixed. We got people that are saying, yep, I'm both. So this step is really of you deciding where you're going to, whether it's electronic or whether it's paper, you will need a calendar or something physical to capture your content marketing plan so you can stay up with what you're supposed to be doing. All right. So that was that tip. So you're picking or creating a content marketing calendar, or you're going to go buy one, or whatever you're doing. All right. So that's number 3 that's coming in. I'm still seeing things coming in. Hey, Pastor Annie, thank you for joining us. Cheryl is saying, yes, I use both pen, electronic, all of that. Perfect. Okay. So let's go on to step 4. Step 4, let's pop that up here. Step 4 is now to map out your content. Map out your content. Again, as we talk about creating your content marketing plan, and over the last several weeks, we've talked about, again, tools for your content marketing. We talked about repurposing content. We talked about know, like, and trust. All of this is your content marketing, which gives you an opportunity to serve your audience, which gives you an opportunity to pour into your audience, in particular if you're service-based. But guess what? Product-based, you're not off the hook either. Product-based, you might, if it's an impulse buy, you might not have to have as much interaction with your client, with your customers. But if you're service-based, there are a number of interactions you want to have with your customer. And then the higher your price goes up, the more that you want your voice and your content shared in all of these different ways that we talked about, which again ties right into my new book that I partnered with 9 other ladies to put together, Pour: The Secret Effects of Giving and Serving in Small Business. You can jump over to my website and pre-order your copy today. Pre-order your copy today and you'll be at the top of the list. I'll be able to send you an autographed copy. You're going to be at the top of the VIP list when it comes out the very 1st of October. All right. Great. Yes. So Pastor Annie is saying love pen to paper, but electronics are so important. So you got to get both in. All right. So map out your content. That's step 4. We're only going to step 5. This is a 5-step process when we think about creating your content marketing plan. So map out your content. This is where you get the opportunity to think about, when are you going to post on social media? When are you going to blog? When are you going to send emails out? When are you going to do video? And so then once you got your calendar picked, or if it's going to be electronic or paper, then now is the time to plot out and map out when you're going to do these things. We haven't talked about the what, just at least if it's a video, put on your plan. Okay, I'm going to do a video on Friday. All right. Make sure I brush my hair and comb and wash my face because I'm going to do a video on Friday. Right. All right. So you're not getting into what the actual content part, but just what are the things that you're going to be doing. Thank you so much. Which Miss Pastor Annie is one of our co-authors from my last anthology from last year called Propel. So thank you for congratulating us about Pour. All right. So if there's anyone who wants a recap, just type recap. If you just pop it in, you're saying, what y'all talking about? We're talking about creating your content marketing plan. And there's a five simple step process. We're on step number 4, which is map out your content. Take the calendar, whether it's paper or electronic, and map out when you're going to hit and be exposed to your audience and pour into your audience and serve your audience by way of your content. All right. Now we're at number 5. We're at number 5 already. We're at number 5. And so guess what? Once you have, and I'm going to do a recap. I see recap coming in. Nikki is saying paper. Teresa saying pen and papers are her favorite. Once you have decided, okay, mapped out, I need to send an email, I need to do a video, or I need to post a couple things on social media, I need to write a blog. Now, step 5 is to gather and or create your content. Now you gather and or create your content based on what you just mapped out. All right. So let's go through. I see some recaps. Let's go through. Let's spin back through here. The 5-step process. All right. Let's do that. Let's spin back through here. Okay. So we're talking about your content marketing plan. And here's your 5 steps. All right. So step 1, what are you promoting? What are you promoting? That is the first step, because everything leads to what you're promoting, right? Step 2 is, where do you share content? So then everywhere that your brand's voice is, you got to make sure you touch it or identify where you need to step it up. All right. Then you got to pick an actual physical or electronic content marketing calendar so that it can hold this amazing plan that you are building. Then you map out your content. You map out what you are going to be sharing. When are you the dates, the weeks, however you want to do it. And then step 5, you just go create. You go gather or create your content. Hello, Miss Brown. You are welcome. Yes, Sherelle, listen, I did this recap just for you, sister. Debbie is saying thank you. Yes. So that's the 5-step process. Very simply put. But you notice we started with, what are you promoting? So a lot of times you might sit down and kind of think, I'm just lost in the wind. You got to start. And I love a quote that a lot of us probably know by Stephen Covey. If you're familiar with Stephen Covey, give me some hearts. Or if you're over on Facebook, give us some hearts. Stephen Covey, in his 7 Habits of Highly Effective Leaders. There's a couple different variations, but 7 Habits of Highly Effective Leaders or Highly Effective People. He says you always start with the end in mind. So that's why step 1 is always about, what are you promoting? And if you are a business owner, if you are an entrepreneur, then you should always have something that you are promoting so that your audience knows what they can buy from you. You're welcome, Sherelle. You're welcome. Again, if you just came in, you might see here, let me see if I get it right. Okay. On my screen, you see a book. I'm excited because I have just kicked off. The official kickoff is Monday, but we're doing a soft launch of the upcoming release of my new book, where I've partnered with 9 ladies. Some of our co-authors are here to put together. Let me show you the cover. So when you see it around, you'll know it's us. And it is Pour. It is Pour, and I'm really excited that all of the chapters, inspirational, some stories intimate, some chapters are laced with guidance, some are reflective about your purpose. My chapter is very practical. I end the book, I close the book with very practical steps of how you pour into your audience, and a lot of that has to do with content marketing. A lot of that has to do with that. So pick up your copy. Pre-order your copy. Just jump over to my website. Like, that's the easiest place. You'll see Pour right there, and you can pre-order right from my website, so I can put you at the top of the list. And thank you for those that have already ordered. We see the orders coming on in, so thank you for those that have already ordered. Thank you, Sherelle. She said, I will be purchasing. Thank you so much. All right, so that is a wrap. That is a wrap. I don't even know how long I've been on. Where is my timer? Okay. But I just want to jump in the middle of the day and talk about creating your content marketing plan. And listen, you can do this. Go out, be great, pour into your audience, pour into your customers, those that are already customers. So it isn't always just about getting the new customers, but you're also always pouring into current customers, because guess what? They become a huge fan base for you and a huge referral base for you. All right. That's what we've been talking about. Yes. All right. Great. So jump over to Mitchell-productions.com and you can find out about Pour and also complimentary consultations and all the great stuff I have going on. And guess what? We're going to see you guys later on the web. Go and be great. #Pour. Bye.